Is someone recording us, or?
Yeah, they should be right down
They
there.
should be
Should I
coming
remind
in,
him?
but
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
on that end.
Thanks for making me not get out of my chair.
Sunday, when
No
we were
kidding.
ready to fly out, our
I think, are you
plane was
guys
delayed.
Just wondering.
Sorry, my daughter. Of course, then we get here.
Yeah, that's okay. But I recognized her and I said, we'll turn around and said hi. Okay.
was she like, oh,
No, she's in a compacted net.
Yeah.
It's a very
But it
chill
was
class
nice,
too.
it was nice.
There's a couple of other periods that have a lot of, should we say, challenging students.
Yeah, I'll be actually there Thursday and Friday. I'm subbing her science class. She'll probably pretend I'm not there.
Oh, what, oh, sixth grade science.
grade
I'm
science.
gonna be, there must be something going on because I'm doing eighth grade.
Conference, probably, because
Oh.
that's where at least her teacher's gonna be, so.
Oh, I'm gonna be
So
in
you
the
guys
eighth
are gonna
grade.
be at the same school?
Yeah, we're gonna be in the same
Oh, how
school.
cute is that?
I don't
It'll be
think,
next door.
I really don't think it's cute, but okay.
Watch me walk in.
They had their,
We know what he's here
they're
for.
secretly, is it that one? Is it that one?
I bet it's that.
That one's red, so I assume it's
Let's
that one.
wait.
Okay,
okay, well, let's just start.
okay, maybe it is that one, we don't know, all right.
They can see you the best, so it's gotta be this one.
So this is on YouTube now.
Back of here then.
Aren't you glad you're in
Probably
charge?
shouldn't have
So
mentioned
happy.
Doug sedating his kids in Rosendale today. Huh?
Yeah, and they do edit this down.
Oh, thank goodness.
Here's the mics.
Yeah.
They don't get paid enough to
Okay.
do that, Doug.
All right, I will officially call the
Pardon me.
meeting to order, and we are going to start with roll call to my left.
Breck Spears, board member.
Nancy Bell, library director.
Doug Iverson, council member and vice president of the board.
Tiffany Brault, county board rep.
Janet Bosco, member.
Nancy Baird, member.
Lisa Weeks, president.
Breck
Oh.
Spears, oh, I already went.
You did. I mean, we can go around again, this was fun. Okay, approve the meeting minutes from February 17th board meeting. Is there anything that you want to discuss about these, or if you want to just review them? And someone could make a motion to approve.
I would like to make a motion to approve the minutes from February 17th.
Do I have a second?
I'll give it a second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
We weren't here.
All those opposed?
Abstain.
We were
Yep,
abstaining.
that's fine.
Well, if you read them, you could still say.
You could
Someone here.
just note who is abstaining. Is it
Yeah.
all three of you, right? I'm sorry, I couldn't
Sure.
remember. That's like a month ago, man.
I mean, I did read them and I looked at them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
They looked
totally fine.
real.
Okay, we don't have anybody here for public comment, so we will move on to the director's report.
Okay, I will start with the statistics. So, we actually didn't have that much of a decrease this last month, even though we had
Yeah.
so much fluctuation in access and we were closed for the whole week. Surprisingly, we still have 46 meeting room reservations and 65 and a half hours of usage.
That's amazing.
Yeah, which is enormous, honestly. We actually had more computer usage this past month than we did in January by like 400 minutes. So like, I don't,
What do you attribute
Sure.
that to? What do you think, what do you attribute that to?
I attribute that to people trying to print stuff for their taxes probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's one.
Probably what that is. We did have a couple of people trying to do like very specific projects and
That
spending a
makes
lot of
sense.
time on the computer. But yeah, and then our circulation did take a little bit of a dip. We had, I think, a total of, so 5,895 total items, as opposed to January's was about 7,000. Our digital items ticked up a little bit, but not enormously. But yeah, I mean, all kind of foreseen as we were closed for a full week.
I wonder what K Stucker went up.
Yeah, I wonder. I should.
That's where I was.
I should ask Christine. Yeah, I'll ask her.
What
And
went up?
then
Green Lake Public Library.
Green Lake Public Library, yeah. And then programs, we still had 15 total programs in February, even with all of the chaos that we had. 168 people participated. The vast majority was for the youth programs. Still estimated value of services of $81,000 this past month.
Very nice.
Okay, and then I have a very chunky text block of stuff, because that was all the stats. So I have the short and sweet summary. at the very top, if you ever review these, because it's pretty lengthy this month, so there's a 3-sentence short version if you ever want to review it.
And of course, you write that yourself.
Yes, I
That
do.
takes some work to summarize.
It does take some
It's a
work.
gift.
Thank you. Otherwise, yeah, library programs. So we pivoted to more self-directed, less time-intensive programming because we had such a labor-intensive week-long closure in February. So Linda hosted a series of romper and playdates through February, as well as having a Valentine Take-A-Make. Valentine Take-A-Make had 52 people participate and do the craft. So that's amazing to
How
see.
many?
Yeah.
52.
Wow.
And that's,
Yeah, I think they're only available for 2 weeks for people to come grab as well. So 52 people came by and participated in that. Susie continued to hold monthly memory cafe and book club off-site. Additionally, we had the Painters of America series, which concludes this week over at Lane Library on Thursday, 6 o'clock to 7:30 over at Lane Library. And then the conclusion to all of our art series things is our local art showcase, which is going to be at the Little White Schoolhouse this Saturday, March 14th, 1 to 5, supporting and celebrating our own Ripon artists. I will be there if anyone wants to come say hi. Bunch of renovation updates. So most of this is something that I already sent out in an email, but just getting on the official record as well. So director's office installation, when the construction crew was in there, removed ceiling tiles, they discovered that that office really lacks overall insulation. When we had that cold snap, it was 40 degrees in that office. It's basically being outside. So the cost of install insulation in that room was under $500. So I went ahead and approved that. It was under our contingency budget. Yes.
back to the Painters of America, it's,
Yeah.
some of those are historical, right? Like 17th, 18th, 19th century.
Yeah. Last week was Georgia O'Keeffe. The week before that was Winslow Homer.
Is there time during Wednesday I could stop by any time during the day, or is it just limited hours?
For the program? Oh, so that's actually like a presentation done by
So it's
an art-
Thursday at
yeah,
that
it's
specific
at that time
time?
specifically
You can't
over at
come
Lane
by
Library.
and view? Okay.
No, we just have it for that special time.
Well, that's
period.
probably a good presentation. 6
Yeah.
to 7:30.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the big reveal this past week was the HVAC duct installation in the West Wing, which is going to be the teen and adult wing. None of the HVAC duct work is like insulated how we would insulate it today. So because that's the original wing, it was built in 1972. So what they have is just like the ductwork, and then they have the bat insulation just laid over it, which is not how we would do it today. What we would have to do is like actually seal and insulate it individually per duct. So apparently super common in the 1970s, but it seems to be a possible contributor to the giant icicles that we get on that side of the building. I just got a quote yesterday for what it would cost to actually seal and insulate those better, and it would be $41,000, almost $42,000 for ICAM Building Solutions to do that. In the meeting this afternoon, because I wrote this before today, so even more current update, this is probably the best cost and solution that they would have for that issue specifically. At just doing more spray foam insulation up there, or just spraying regular foam insulation, doing more batting wouldn't be as effective as doing the actual seal and wrap that they're saying. There was MSA, who also does a bunch of our grant writing and other solutions. They took a look at the quote proposal as well, and they said that this is pretty par for the course. This is what the cost would generally be for this issue. And then Ellen and Adam also are in support of carrying on with this.
Do we have a contingency fund in the,
We do. We need to look back and see what all has been actually spent out of that contingency fund. So the installation in the director's office came out of the contingency fund. There were some lighting issues that also came out of the contingency fund earlier. So I gotta take a look back and see what has been spent out specifically out of the contingency. Otherwise, so I just wanted to bring this up. Once I get that number, I will reach back out in order to actually have a full discussion and approval or any kind of motion about this. It needs to be on an agenda specifically. In the meeting this afternoon, like, we need to, if we're going to move forward with it, it's better to get it done as soon as possible, because once they seal up the ceiling, it's gonna be more difficult to get done. And then, you know, like, we could do it down the line after the renovation has occurred, but getting the funding for it and fundraising, I don't know that people would be like, yeah, I'll give money to insulate your pipes. Yeah.
My question would be, how soon do we need to have this approved? Is it like, can we wait a month, or do we need to do it within a week?
We would probably need to do an emergency meeting. They want to know before April so that they can schedule it out. So they want to schedule 2 weeks before they come in and do it, and then it's gonna take them 2 weeks to actually do the work.
Okay,
And once we hit April, it's gonna be really hard to book them, because they're gonna get into their very busy season over the course of the
Oh.
summer.
okay. Well, can we set a meeting time like next week?
Yeah, we can reach out and coordinate about,
Well, can we not approve them to go ahead and then later vote where the money comes from?
No, I think we gotta,
we have to do it all in one swoop, and it has to be like an actual agenda item to.
But then we don't know where the money's coming from. Like, is it coming out of contingency? If it could, then that's what we want to do. So how can we put that in a vote right now?
No, we can't, yeah, I'm agreeing with you.
it's not on the agenda, so we can't.
No, I'm just saying, but
Yeah.
even,
But I think you'll have that,
Yeah, I'm gonna look
Okay.
into it and then get that
Before
out
we
to
have the
you.
emergency
We'll
meeting.
actually like,
we can't do anything.
yeah, I'll send out like an email being like, hey, when are we free the next week or two? So that we can get it in on time, and then by the time of the meeting, I'll hopefully have an answer and send that out ahead of time.
But we need to do it before our next meeting.
Right, yeah,
Okay.
just because we're, the cycle that we're on, we
These
meet
people
once a
like
month.
to
So
meet.
tonight, all we can do is say, oh, shucks.
but
Yeah.
don't worry, I will reach out and we will schedule another meeting, because seeing you guys
We're
just
getting
once a
good at
month
this,
is
huh?
not as much
It's not
fun.
enough.
It's not enough.
That's true.
Just so you know, somehow I crazily put a library board meeting on for next Tuesday.
Oh, perfect, we'll just schedule it then.
We'll just do it then.
I don't know why
Doug's
I
gonna
did
show
that.
up anyway.
Doug will be here.
I'll be here, yeah, I don't know why I did that.
Well, there was third week of the month
Last
last month.
week.
Last-
Oh, yeah, I probably,
And you didn't show for that, right?
yes, I did.
Did you not read the minutes? Were you not-
Yeah, yeah.
He missed a meeting, there
Did you
was
not
one he
abstain
missed.
on
That
that?
was a
minutes if
while
you
ago.
weren't here?
That was a while ago.
His name was in the minutes.
He said, we met, when did that happen?
That was like months ago.
Months ago, you're right.
And then something else that probably has to come out of the contingency is the non-functioning bathroom heaters.
Yeah,
So when they recently just did, like right after we reopened and they started up work again, they moved and demoed the bathrooms, and they discovered that the electrical wall heaters in there are not operational. They like flip the switch, they can hear the power running through them, but nothing is happening with the actual electrical heaters. So that would be the main floor bathrooms as well as the bathrooms below them. Both like there's 4 sets of heaters that none of them work.
I think those heaters are older than I am.
They're from
Yeah,
like,
oh my gosh.
That's not
And
good.
it's-
They weren't
and-
in
and
good
there's
condition
never
when we
been
were
heat
there.
in those bathrooms.
No, I know, I was thinking the
However,
same thing.
it does keep the use of the bathrooms down. No one goes in
Agreed,
there to
yep.
sit very long.
yes.
do we need to put that on as an agenda item to approve, or if we're gonna do insulation, we could do the heaters too?
I'll make a note. If we have enough information, we can move forward with that.
Okay.
That one, I don't even have a quote for yet. They're still in like the exploration phase for the dollar
Okay.
amount.
Is this like 4,000 or 16,000? I mean, it's,
Yeah.
you have no
I have
idea.
no idea. Like
Wow.
a dollar amount hasn't come up at all
I
yet.
think we should just leave them cold. That's good enough for us.
Yeah, that would save a lot
We've
of,
suffered anyway.
keep a lot of people out of the bathrooms too, right?
Yeah.
You're like, no one wants to be
No
in
one's
there.
smoking.
Oh, look at the weather out there.
I know, just start pouring.
Don't, this person's driving from Fond du Lac, don't
Oh,
show her.
no. Yeah, look away, look away. And then some good, I have 2 ending notes of good news, though. So this one is the 3D printed signage, and Ben shout out. So apparently signage is wildly expensive if you look at it. One of the quotes that we got from one of the
Yeah.
professional vendors was like $200 per sign, and we
my
have
gosh.
50 signs or so that we're creating, because it's for every genre and every part of the library. So we followed our, our gut of can we 3D print it, which is our constant mantra now. And Ben said probably, and so he started looking into how to 3D print. So instead of an $87 wall sign, he's going to be able to print it for like all of the signs in the children's area would be under $100 if he just 3D
Wouldn't
prints
it
it.
probably be almost as good, right?
Yeah, it's going to be very solid. It's going to be matching all of our color schemes
Yeah.
exactly. We can change them in the future if
change
we
Right,
want to.
that's
I love
key,
that.
yeah.
Like, if anything breaks, we don't have to order a whole new sign, we can just print exactly what we need.
Oh.
So it's gonna be like a cost saver forever, instead of spending all of the money now. So, super proud of Ben for figuring out how to do all that, because I can't, so.
Do you feel
super
that
happy about
you've
it.
learned additional and valuable information about heating ducts and heaters in printers?
When I leave this position, I will just go be a contractor myself. So overall, like, it would be a 1/10 of purchasing per
great.
sign instead of the cost, so.
And
It's crazy.
there was no money in the bill for that, so we can't use it for the heating.
Yeah,
Can
that's
you
just
print
additional.
insulation?
I did ask.
3D print a gun, so I'm pretty sure you can get some insulation in
Yeah.
there. Or some
Can we
3D
3D
heaters.
print
What other mechanisms? What
Ben
other
can do
things?
that.
Ben can do that, go back and tell us.
Yeah, be like,
We want him
actually,
to-
they've requested.
No.
And then I do have a video of all of the work by staff and volunteers, which I've been kind of working on. Let me pull that guy up, which I will just lovingly
Is that
narrate.
Janet?
I wasn't
Think so?
working
I
there.
don't know.
I was
Actually, let
not
me
around.
close this fully, because nobody is here virtually.
Angela Schneider.
Stop, go away,
Oh, that's just her, I think, from
stop.
the Wisconsin, like, it's just the internet
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
video
sorry.
connection. Sorry, I'm struggling with words
You're
today.
fine, okay.
Janet,
So we
what's
had
your-
volunteers come in, so
That's
part
definitely
one
Janet.
was moving everything out of the room and then moving every single book off of the shelves onto a cart. So you can see lots of people participating in this.
It's so neat that so many citizens showed up and
So many people showed
volunteered at
up.
all.
I don't know why it stopped playing.
It is,
Stop.
yeah.
Play. What are we doing here?
You have
Maybe
a
I'll
Windows
restart it.
product, that's why.
Let's see. The internet. Stop.
Can't live with it, can't live with it.
This works flawlessly when I'm in the library. I'll just throw that out there. Where is
defective internet at the city hall.
Here we go.
Let's see. Go. We might just have to watch it tiny, unfortunately.
Oh, that's okay.
Ugh, it's so annoying. Okay, so moving everything we own, every single book. Yeah, we had so many volunteers come every day, and it was fantastic. People actually who weren't signed up came back additionally.
Mm.
So here's Linda working on actually moving all of the children's books, making a face at me. And then once everything was off of the shelves, we had to move all of the shelves off of the shelving units, which is a process.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just a real time, every shelf took about,
Looks organized.
yeah. And then,
Down to the,
yeah, down to the studs,
Yep,
and then
okay.
all of those shelves had to be moved to wherever they were gonna be located, so, and then stacked. Some people made like modern art out of there, which is fantastic, very creative. And then some of the shelving units, we could actually move very
Wow.
carefully, almost solidly, and then we had to rebuild the shelving on the other side. And then here's a very sped up version of walking a cart all the way across the building.
That's Ben.
That's Ben.
Got his steps
he
in, didn't
doesn't
he?
walk that fast.
No, this is 2 times the speed. Otherwise, it's like a 30-second video of just watching Ben walk. And getting books from one side.
Strangely soothing, isn't it?
Yeah,
Watch Ben
just
push that cart
very,
around.
very ASMR. And then he would walk the cart all the way back, and then putting the books back on, which,
Gives us an idea of what
yeah,
is-
which was an experience because we had to do it backwards to make sure everything was in the right order. So you take stuff off of you start from Z and then you end up exactly where you want to be. So it's just like logistically mind melting. And then that's a picture of the fully empty room after we were completely done. And then this is showing like how chaotic it got, because while we were moving over to the children's side, we were also moving from the adult side into the basement. So here's Susie removing DVDs, and then we had to do the same process into the basement. So there's all the shelving, and then more shelving over here, and then if this was bigger, you would be able to see it. But these are the shelving units that we could not move in like one piece. We had to completely dismantle them and then take the parts downstairs and then reassemble them. And you can also see that there's like these faint lines here, that's all chalk. So we had to space out exactly where we wanted the shelves to be more ADA compliant to make sure people can get in and out of the room to make sure. So like that was happening in both this space and in the children's space. So again, the logistics of making everything work. All the kudos go to Ben and Susie for figuring out all of this mapping.
Did you have some like handy volunteers that were good with the whatever tools you needed to
We
put
did
things together?
we tried to do as much of like the mapping in advance as possible. So once we had our last board meeting that last week, we got in there, we started chalking the ground. Same thing with the children's room. As soon as the last punch list was done, we went in there and chalked. We did have quite a few volunteers who were very handy with tools, so they were able to come help us reassemble all of the shelving.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
That was super helpful. One of the lower, I think actually, it might have been the shelving unit that I showed that was empty after Linda had like taken everything off. We actually had to cut the canopy top in half. So, because the amount of shelving that was constructed together as a bay was a different size than was moved into the new area. So we had to like fully deconstruct and like cut it in half to make all of the parts line up correctly with the new map. Yeah, so that all took just so much effort. And that one was done by Linda's husband, Laird, and then Andrew and a couple of volunteers. All
And
did
children's
that.
is fully functional now, I think.
Yeah, children's is fully functional. Oh yeah, so this is another 2 times speed of moving one of the shelving units, just to show the process of moving it all the way from adults downstairs. And so this is the easy one because we can move it fully formed and ready to go.
Good.
But then it has to go all the way down the elevator, which it barely fits when it's like this, so the taller shelves don't fit, which is why we had to take them apart.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Interesting, but exhausting.
Figuring all this
Yeah,
out.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what I was thinking about, is getting everything downstairs, how much work that is and steps and,
Yeah,
I mean, this has to be redone, that's the sad part.
we have to take it back up.
yeah.
I know, a lot of people
We're
are walking
plan
in
a
and
vacation,
like,
what week would that be?
probably the first week of June. And then here's one of our lovely volunteers moving everything downstairs, so all of the books. And
Did you
then
borrow
here's-
some more book carts, or did you have enough?
We had enough. We borrowed from the friends because they have their own stash. So
Okay, cool.
we borrowed a lot of stuff from the friends. People also donated we asked to borrow like people's dollies or
Yeah.
tools. So they like dropped them off. Everything was labeled, and then let us use their stuff for a week.
Nice.
And then they grabbed it back. So a lot of like the dollies, like the dolly that they were just using was a volunteer came and brought it and dropped it off. So that was awesome. And then here's Deb doing the same. She was doing the same reverse stacking for all the books in there. And so now this is what downstairs currently looks
You'll be
like.
better at it, moving back up, because you did it once.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly.
you know what you're doing.
But they don't have to walk backwards though.
No, I'll play the video in reverse and we can.
That would add
watch
an
that
additional
back.
challenge though, don't you think?
So this is currently what the downstairs hallway looks like. We were able to figure out how to make the newspapers available and have additional seating for people to be actually down here. Otherwise there wouldn't really be a place for adults to be right now. So we tried to make some space. And then here's a picture of what it actually looks like. So we actually have a circulation desk in the room, and then people can come down and browse.
It's very
still.
nice, it's very nice.
Yeah, so it's functional, really doing our best to still meet the
That's
needs of the
downstairs?
community. That's downstairs right now. So it
It's
looks
nice. It's very
so
nice.
set up that people think it's permanent,
Really.
actually.
It's kind of cozy, but it's. you know,
Yeah. Yeah, especially in there, like, I mean, this is like probably the nicest room to
So
have all
you've
this
used
with
it
all the natural
obviously.
lighting.
Doug, you've used it obviously.
I was down there Friday,
Yeah.
it's nice.
Yeah, it's nice, cozy. We actually there was enough room to actually put a table in that room too, so people can use that space as well. And then these pictures were actually taken at the end of the day on Friday, as we were all exhausted and leaving. Susie had the sense of mind to take pictures before we headed out, so it's kind of sunsetty and the lights are off. But circulation desk, fully up, functional, still moving in, but it works. And then the new living room area in the children's department, so that's actually where story time is going to be happening.
Is that all new color? I like the color.
Yeah, everything in this room is like
That's pretty.
That
Yeah.
table looks,
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's beautiful.
Good.
And then all of the books. Yeah. So you can see all of the different shelving that we had to reassemble and put in here is all ready to go, fully functional. We still have a couple of furniture things getting delivered that need to be finished
Yep.
through March and April for the children's room, but in general, it's like fully, completely done. So, yeah, so all kudos and thanks to the wonderful staff and volunteers for making all of this possible. Yeah, still working on making it. I'll probably add some text to it and then actually put it on Facebook and like show people all of the
Nice.
insane, fantastic work that everyone did this week. Also, make sure that I have all the photos we have of all of our volunteers. I definitely did not do a good enough job of documenting everybody
Well,
because
you
I was
can't get everybody.
I was also in there doing stuff. So I felt a little guilty even just walking around taking videos, honestly. But yeah, putting out there and showing everyone like all of the work and love that went into this project.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all of my updates from me. I wanted to end it on a lovely note.
It's always good to end it on a positive note.
Yeah, the high
I'll tell you
note.
that, yep. On to financials.
Financials. Cool. The only real thing of note on the check register, which is kind of a glaring, it looks crazy. The very second bottom from the last, the $46,000
Yeah, I saw
charge. The way that it's stated on here makes it sound like we spent $46,000 on substitutes.
wow, yeah, it does. Yeah.
Like the way it's labeled, I was like, was this put in wrong? So there's just multiple lines that were used for that $46,000. It wasn't all spent on one thing. Actually, the biggest chunk is probably, I think it's $41,000 to $42,000 is our Winnifox library system cost of just the amount that we pay to have access to workflows, which is our interlibrary system to be able to like, check people in and out, the registration service, all of the fantastic resources that we have through Winnifox. We pay about $42,000 a year just to have that service. And then a big chunk of that is also even having access to the statewide Overdrive Libby Advantage account.
I'm not looking for an exact number, but
Yeah.
last year, was it about that, 40?
It was exactly the same. Yeah.
That's a sizable commitment each year.
Yeah.
There's a lot of service we get for it.
We get so much service for it. Yeah, like the Winnifox library systems in the state of Wisconsin are fantastic. Other states are really jealous that they don't have them, actually.
Right.
It's not set up the same. So, you know, when we borrow from Nina or we borrow from Fond du Lac, you can have that material sent to Ripon and you can check out with your Ripon library card. That's not necessarily the case in Illinois or Minnesota. It's not set up that way. Where we have a set of delivery drivers that transport those materials from library to library. That all comes through Winnifox, just to make all of our library materials as accessible as possible. So we have that base of sharing.
I kind of think that's a really, it would seem like it might be costly to have a van driver just circulating the materials around. But I think that for timeliness and because postage has gone up so high.
Yeah.
And it's quicker to do that, and I
Yep.
think I would say it's cost effective.
Yes.
You get your materials in a day or so, if they're available, and you're doing a whole bunch at one time. You're going from place to place and you're moving them around the system. I think that's
Yes.
a good plan. Putting them in the mail like other states do to ship them someplace could take a week or more and you could be bye-bye, you know?
And the
Yeah.
drivers are gonna know exactly who to talk to, where to deliver it.
Yeah, they did, I've seen them come here many times.
Yeah. Yeah, the tubs and tubs of how we send things out or receive them, and then when they go on hold.
Good point.
Nancy's laughing because she does that all day, every day. But yeah, it's a fantastic service.
So it was just labeled that way.
Yeah, because it falls
Because-
it falls under so many different things. So we definitely did also pay for substitute librarians to come in. Unique management is our collection service fee. So whenever you see that, we have sent somebody to collections because,
Oh, and it says Winter
They have a
Fox
dollar
Library
amount.
to the left there too.
yeah, so it just kind of like, it doesn't fit all of the different line items that it's come out of, but it all comes out of professional services because we're billing it from Winter Fox Library System. So that's how it's coded. Yeah.
So are you not buying much adult books right now? That, I don't see much. Are you just waiting?
No, we are. It's just not on this.
See,
So like
children's.
the Sun Gauge is adult, Centerpoint is adult,
Centerpoint is?
Ingram
Okay.
is also adult. But yeah,
What is
we're
it,
still
Ingram?
having.
Oh, there it is.
It's a
Got it.
very small charge.
They're just not very big right
Yeah, they're
now.
just not very
The
big.
children's was, but not the.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're starting to order more from Ingram. There's a small issue with Ingram right now where our account is set up that every box we receive, regardless of how many materials are in there, we pay for shipping.
What?
So I'm talking to their rep in a day to be like, can we like only get a box if there's like 30 books in it? Like, don't send me one book
Right.
and then have shipping on it.
Right.
So we're working on setting that up / fixing that. Otherwise, yeah, I know Susie has also started purchasing from Libraria, which is the same vendor that Linda has been ordering from for children's, which has worked out really well. So we're trying a bunch of different avenues, yeah. But yes, hoping to really do an uptick in ordering in adult materials and teen materials now that we're all moved.
Anything else of note on here?
No, I think everything else is pretty normal on here. Business as usual.
All right. Well, anyone have any comments or questions about the financials?
Did that audit ever get finished in the year before?
Did, it finally. Yeah, it was like in December. Yeah, he was still working on it like all the way up through the end of the year for the audit, yeah.
Did we ever find out that we had enough in there to put, remember we were spending money from that?
Yes,
We did.
yeah, we did. I believe,
Good
there's a
question.
verbal number, I should get it in writing. I believe we had, I wanna say it was 24,000 was in our
Okay.
fund balance
So
from
that was
the
enough
audit.
for us
And
to-
so we wanted to add like 16,000.
Yeah.
So we actually still had, I think, 8,000 left in fund balance. Yeah.
Any agenda items for future meetings, aside from the special meeting that we will be calling as soon as we have the information? Anything? Okay. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The motion is carried. We are adjourned.